This is Corey.
And I'm Sharonda.
And this is Until Forever. This is a relationship podcast. We aren't gurus. We're not experts. We don't have PhDs. We don't know what we're talking about. We're just having a good time. All right? We kind of know. I don't know.
We know our experiences.
We're sharing our experiences.
Okay.
That's it. And we want you to share yours with us. But yeah, this is a give and take. We're going to give some. Hopefully you're going to give some back. So comment, send us messages.
Yes.
Reach out to us. We will use you on the show. Yes, we will. Oh, yes, we will. No.
Oh, gosh.
We have a very interesting series that we're going to jump into that I think we're going to have a lot of fun with.
Yeah.
And hopefully this gets you guys talking with us even more. But it's called Toxic Couples. Is that right?
Yes.
Toxic Couples is what it's called. Now, disclaimer. This does not mean that the entire relationship that we saw was toxic. But there was some toxicities. Is that right? Toxicities. Is it your way? I like toxicities. It was some.
That's plural.
Oh.
Okay.
It was some toxifications in there.
Oh my goodness.
And we want to talk about those things. We want to bring those out because we really didn't back then. We kind of just, anyway. But these are couples from sitcoms, movies, whatever, big relationships. So most of them ain't real couples, but just like we are in life now, we take fake stuff and we try to make it real.
Yeah.
We do it all the time. So we're going to have a good time with this. What do you think?
I think it'll be a good one.
Okay.
So our couple we're kicking off with is Steve Urkel and Laura Winslow.
Urkel and Laura.
From Family Matters.
Pastor Urkel and First Lady Laura.
They aren't a pastor and First Lady, but
definitely
an iconic 90s.
Absolutely.
90s television couple.
Absolutely. I'm gonna let you know now. I'm gonna get very emotional with this one because I feel a type of way, but I'm gonna try not to get so upset. But I feel a type of way.
Oh my goodness, guys. Okay, so Family Matters aired originally in 1989.
Mm-hmm.
Ended in. Hold on, I just had this up, guys. Ended in 1998.
Yeah.
Didn't quite make it. Yeah. Okay. And originally, Steve Urkel was not a permanent character on the show. He got written in because of the dynamic that his character created.
How awesome is that? Let that encourage you. Can we preach for a second? It don't matter what they say. You just do what the Lord put in you to do.
Oh my goodness.
Because your gift will make room.
Okay, guys. You. So yeah,
tell your neighbor hallelujah.
So when he's introduced, he is a neighbor, a classmate of Laura's, and Laura's going to a dance at school. She didn't have a date. She ended up getting her own date, but her father and her brother got her dates, and Eddie, her brother, got Steve Urkel. Is that the way it went?
I can't remember.
Or was it the father?
I think Dad got Urkel.
Yes, because Eddie had like a different date for her. Okay, so the dad got Steve Urkel to be her date, and from there we just see the relationship evolve from him being like this in love, over the top friend, pesky neighbor, and eventually he wears her down. First he wasn't good enough for her, so he cloned himself and created Stefan, and she was first he turned himself into Stefan, and he realized that she liked Stefan more. Stefan was the cooler side of him, and then he accidentally cloned himself on another episode later on, and Stefan was a permanent character. Until Laura came to a moment where she had to choose between Stefan and Steve, and she chose Steven.
I'm sitting here getting mad.
So, growing up, we may have looked at this in a different way and thought, oh, it's so cute. He's so in love with her. And this relationship, why won't she just like him You know, he's very smart, he's very intelligent, he's very kind-hearted, and then he eventually ends up being pretty kind of wealthy. I mean, he's a scientist.
Mm-hmm.
And also Stefan was kind of wealthy too because he was a model.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, the love in her heart, she picked Steve.
Is that what it was? The love in her heart.
Corey feels a totally different way about this relationship, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I see it as love budding, but I can see where it gets a little toxic.
That's ridiculous. Listen, okay, so for each couple that we talk about today, of course, it's only one. We're going to ask, was it 3 questions? Or
we
4?
have a few questions.
We've got questions that we're going to ask for each character, and we're going to take turns answering those questions because obviously we have different feelings towards some of these characters. So what's the first?
First question is, what do we like about the couple? Clearly, Corey has nothing that he likes about the couple.
No, that's not true. What do we like? What do I like about Urkel?
Well, while you're thinking, I'll go.
Okay, go ahead.
I like that the relationship started out as friends. It became a friendship that she, you know, young Laura, no, she couldn't stand him. Go home, Steve. Go home, Steve. But then after a while, it was kind of like, okay, he's this sweet friend. I do like him being my friend, my study partner. But she didn't have romantic feelings for him. But over time, it budded into a loving relationship.
I disagree.
That's not what you done. Okay, what do you like about the couple? Let's answer that question.
No, I disagree.
Okay.
Because wasn't nothing friendly about
You skipping questions.
what Urkel was doing. He wasn't trying to be her friend. He kept it 100 from the beginning. He said, "Listen, Laura, I'm just playing. He ain't trying to smash."
It's some episodes where you kind of want to cry because he's like, I just have the love in my heart.
Exactly. Like he kept it 100 from the beginning. He told her, and women folk,
Oh my God.
9 times out of 10, these dudes is telling you what they want from the beginning. Whether they saying it out front or they show it in their actions, one way or the other, they trying to show you. Look, it's either, hey, I'm just trying to smash, or it's just, hey, I want to get to know you better. I want to be in a relationship. They tell you from the beginning. And Urkel was 100 the whole time. That's what I like.
That's what you like? You
guess,
still say what you like about the couple.
Yeah. I don't like nothing about them. I like that my dude
I just
Urkel
want to point out that Corey came up with these questions.
I'm happy that he's happy.
You were happy that he's happy.
I'm happy that he's happy. That's what I like about them. And it's pretty cool to have. Okay, I like this about them. They have history.
Yes.
I like that. It means a lot. You know me and Sharonda, we have history. We've known each other over 15 years
since
now.
2004.
So 10 is 2014.
16 going on 17 years.
17
years this fall.
So we got stuff we could talk about. We got some remember wins. You know what I mean? We got some, and we have some remember wins that didn't include us being a relationship. Like it wasn't.
Yeah. We totally platonic.
Definitely. Yeah. It was like a platonic thing. So we've got some stuff like the Walmart stories where we would play hide and seek in Walmart or throw them big gigantic balls across aisles and just do dumb stuff. Like we have those type of stories.
I was just standing there.
She was standing there, but she was guilty by association. And that goes to show you how goofy we was, because if you do the math, 16, 17 years ago, we was definitely adults. but you know, she wasn't. It was all us. I'm telling myself.
We were in our 20s, younger 20s.
It was silly. It was very silly. But you know, we have that history, and that means something when you can build on something. So I like that.
Okay.
I like that about them.
What is a toxic trait? You guys, I think Corey's going to enjoy this series way too much.
Yep, I do, because I don't like how we do. I don't like how we do, Sharonda. Sharonda, I don't like how we do. When Sharonda and I first started really getting into each other to be, together, I could tell that she had these illusions of what relationships are supposed to be, and they were
based off of television.
Yes, they were rom-coms, Disney movies, and there's nothing wrong with that. It was all nice, but what sucked was I had to be like the reality check, and it's hard to be a reality check and your love interest at the same time. It sucks, man. It's just like, well, I'm letting her down. This ain't The Notebook at all. Like, this ain't Cinderella. Like, I let her down.
Goodness.
But I think we do that. We do that, and for some of us, it's love and basketball. For some of us, it's Love Jones. For some of us, it might be Color Purple. For somebody, I don't know.
Purple.
Yeah, I don't just do that.
Gosh.
But we have these, whatever. Go ahead. What did you say?
Toxic trait.
Okay, so we'll go.
What's a toxic trait?
What do you think?
That saying nice guys finish last.
That's good.
That saying nice guys finish last, because here is Steve. I mean, and God help Myra. Here she was, an attractive woman, intelligent, totally over the heels in love with Steve Urkel's character. And I mean, he dated her. He liked her. He was fond of her. But anytime Laura needed him, he was there. Anytime Laura needed Stefan, he was willing to change himself into Stefan, even though he had a totally perfect girlfriend right there. That was kind of toxic. That Laura had this kind of control over him, and it was manipulative. You don't see that when you're a kid and a preteen watching the show. No. But as an adult, yeah, it's very manipulative. Like, she knew that she could call on Steve and he would be there for her however she needed him. She knew that she can, like, kind of... They had those episodes where she's kind of like, oh, please, Steven. And she, like, touches his face and he's like, oh, okay. It's very manipulative. And it's kind of bad because it's totally nice guys finish last. Like, he didn't get her heart until Stefan and Steve Urkel's character both pressured her, like, hey, you got to make a choice. Because at the end of it, most people probably don't even remember the end of it because, like, the show kind of just, people stopped watching it. The viewers kind of went down, so they just had to, it switched networks at the end. But yeah, so she was dating both of them because they both liked her. She didn't know which one she liked. And then it just kind of came down to both of them proposing to her, and she had to choose. So, definitely a nice guys finish last type of situation.
And, shout out to Myra. And this is funny because these are, and I guarantee you, if you're watching this, I guarantee you, while we're talking about these fake characters, you can definitely, like, I promise you, somebody is gonna flash in your mind. Oh, that's how Harold act. Oh, that was Jenny Nim. Like, that was. I promise you are going to have real life situations that match up to these characters. But poor Myra. And this is what I think the show got in trouble. I think the writers kind of backed themselves into a corner because Myra and Steve were so perfect for each other that in order to get the audience to buy in to Steve leaving her and being with Laura, they had to make Myra crazy.
Yeah, she started getting, like, super psycho crazy. Like,
but where did that come from?
She didn't trust Laura with, don't mess with my Steven.
Like, where did that come? She was this lovable, bubbly personality. Like, she was awesome, and then all of a sudden, she got these. She had like a mural, how you say it, of him in her room, and had all these cameras. And stuff. Yeah, she went like super nuts. She put like a hidden camera on his glasses. Yeah, on his frames. So it's like Steven's cam, and she had like monitors in her bedroom where she was watching anything that he did. Yeah, she, like, her character just like flipped into like this psycho person. But how many dudes do you know that be wanting to get out of a relationship and they be like, man, she crazy, bro, I just had to leave. Like, She crazy, bro. She wasn't
Yeah,
crazy.
so they like
dude.
made us not like her because she started going like nuts, wacko.
She wasn't crazy. You just didn't want to be with her no more, and you was not man enough to explain that situation. So you have to create a scenario that makes it okay for you to walk away, and that's what ABC was. ABC or NBC? Where was
they
TGIF?
switched from ABC? Yes, it was on ABC.
Okay, but that's what they had to do to make it okay.
The last season they were on CBS.
Mm-hmm. So I think what was the question? What's toxic?
What's the toxic trait?
Okay, my toxic trait is similar to yours. I like yours. I like the spin you put on it. Good guys
Finish
last. I like that. But the toxic trait would be Laura and the way that she knew that all she had to do was Steven, or no, she didn't say Steven. That was mine.
So you're going with what I said about her being manipulative.
She's
sort of.
very. She knew what she was doing. She was, if this thing with Stefan don't work out, I could always fall back on Steve. When you in love with somebody.
No. I don't think it was Steve is my fallback.
It definitely was. That's why it was so hard for her to make a decision. She had two dudes that she loved because she confessed it to him.
Confessed it.
She did. She confessed it. These are my confessions.
Oh my god!
Just found out on Steve was the one I love. This other dude came out the hyperbolic chamber. What's the name of the chamber? What's the name of the thing? Oh, you remember he pushed the buttons.
Yes.
Pull the thing down. Anyway, I think that she had both guys, and that's a toxic trait. Okay. And a lot of ladies do that because fellas, you know how it is. These girls' inboxes be popping.
Oh, so we not saying fellas' inboxes be popping? We're not saying fellas don't.
It's night and
go
day.
When toggle between popping, girls.
But no, definitely. I'm saying it's a huge difference. Females' inboxes be hundreds of messages. Dudes be like 10 or 15.
I totally think it's the other way around. Sound off in the comments, ladies and gentlemen.
Good.
Whose inbox popping off more?
And it
guys
depends
or
on
girls?
It depends on the profile picture. To be honest with you, it depends on the profile. If she twerking,
there's this meme that's like, I don't know why I'm always getting these DMs, and it has like a cartoon with the boobs like coming out the shirt.
Right. And I'm saying if that's what it looked like on the profile picture and the images and all that stuff that you seeing on the page, the inbox is nuts. It's bananas. Trust me.
Okay.
Trust me. I'm just saying.
The next question is it realistic?
Okay.
I think somewhat. I mean, clearly nobody's turning themselves into a whole nother person,
right,
scientifically, or cloning themselves. But I think it is somewhat realistic as far as someone stringing the other person along as this lifelong childhood friend. They friend zoned them, and then after they've tried everything else, then it's like, well, you know what? Yeah, I do love you. I do have these feelings for you. I don't want a life without you in it. How many times have we seen that storyline play over and over? Not just on black sitcoms and black movies. There's Forrest Gump. You got Jenny and Forrest. You got Love and Basketball. You have Friends with Ross and Rachel. You have so many couples that you've seen on television and film, and you probably can name some books too where the storyline goes like that, where it's just like there's this faithful friend, we string them along as the friend, and then oh wait, they're getting married, or oh wait, they're in this serious relationship. No, I don't want anybody else to have them. I want them. I want to be with them. So yeah,
I'm still mad.
I think it's very realistic that it could happen. I think it's very realistic that it can happen, that it does happen.
Yeah, I think it happens too. I guess I guess it's hard sometimes for me to separate the fiction from the nonfiction. So when you say is it realistic, I'm like, No, it can't be like that for real. But it's very,
it is
it's
realistic.
very realistic.
It has happened.
We have seen it happen. It does happen where you have someone who was all in and really wanted somebody, but the feelings weren't reciprocated, and that person chased other people who weren't that good for them, and they kept realizing that the qualities that I want in the guy are
in this person that's been here all along.
That's been here all along. But I'm gonna keep chasing these other people because there's some more stuff that my priorities are mixed up right now. So I'm prioritizing certain traits over long-lasting, realistic, bankable, solid, foundational traits. We let all that stuff go to the side because we want a bad boy. You want him to have a motorcycle.
I don't know why we keep putting it on the female. Like, guys don't do this too.
That's my perspective. That just has to be my perspective.
Well, my perspective is that a guy will do it to a female as well.
Not as much.
Yes. Yes.
We do it too, fellas.
Yes. Getting girlfriend benefits as far as like last minute date, like you gotta go somewhere. Oh, never mind, I'll call Sheila because she ain't got nobody.
Why Sheila?
I'm just picking a name.
You got something against Sheila?
You want me to say Amy? I don't know. You want me to call Amy?
I just want to know what you got.
I'll call Becky.
She.
Anyway, fellas do it too. They have the fallback female friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they complain to her about relationships and all this other stuff, and that's the fallback date to a wedding because you don't want, or unless you're trying to meet somebody at the wedding. And then once she starts getting involved, then why you acting funny? Why? I don't know. He's funny acting when really you just mad because somebody else is getting her attention.
You're right.
But when the female says, okay, well, let's see where this could go, then they just be like, I don't really feel all that like that. I don't really like you like that. So, yeah, it definitely could happen. It happens.
So, was there another question?
Yes. Okay. What can we learn from them?
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I'll wait. Go ahead. That's good.
You want me to say what we can learn from them?
That's who you put. That's how we've been doing. Right?
Okay.
Whose turn was it?
We've actually been going back and forth.
Oh.
I would say you have to think about yourself. If this show came out now, Steve Urkel's character would have like this self-worth moment where he's gathering his self-esteem and realizing, no, I'm actually a prize. And when Myra came along, like, he would have just full-fledged went along with that and forgot about Laura if this show came out today.
Yeah. Shout out to Urkel, by the way, for having that type of, because he definitely wasn't, he didn't have any self-esteem issues. Like, he knew what he was bringing to the table.
Yeah.
like he knew he wasn't no big, strong athlete or nothing like that. And it didn't stop him from, making his moves. And
oh, no.
He was showing up on her dates. Like, that's bold in the mud.
Like the episode where the guy is, like, taking advantage of her and he jumps into the car trying to save her. And he clearly can't save her. Like, he's, like, losing it. But he's, it's the love that he has for Laura, and he thinks I can be her hero, I can rescue her.
That's dope.
But yeah, I would say, what can we learn from them? If you are being friend zoned and you've already expressed yourself to somebody and they continue to friend zone you but manipulate you to be at their beck and call, like, you got to cut the strings. Mm-hmm. You got to cut the strings. And, sometimes they have an awakening moment and they apologize and come back and try and court you. Other times, you just got to keep moving it. And so I would say that's what we could learn from them. And from a Laura's character point of view, I would say if you have something right in front of you, you really need to take a moment to kind of think about that. Clearly, their character started out as kids, preteens and teenagers. And then we see them grow into young adults. But, if we're adults, come on now. Like, we're not in undergrad anymore. If you are an undergrad, take your time. But if you are in your mid-20s, early 30s, late 30s, early 40s, it's time out for games. So
okay, so for me, I think we can learn this. First of all, and I know I'll be sounding one-sided when I say this, but this for everybody.
Okay.
Laura was very, how can I say it? I mean, she knew what she didn't want. She didn't want Steve, clearly. But there were clearly some things about Steve that she did like. Hence, Stefan. And when Stefan comes into the picture, it's the look, it's
it's the
swag, all of that attracted her, and she's just head over heels. So it's like the only thing, because they're the same person. It's they're genetically the same. This one just got the cool gene a little bit bumped up so that he don't walk like Urkel, he don't sound like Urkel when he talk. But mannerisms, all that stuff that makes Urkel. It's the same. It's the same thing. So I think it kind of it's a teachable moment where it's like, don't accept someone that you're not attracted to, but like really look at what it is that you want in the relationship. Like, be real with yourself and really look at it, because by the end of the show, when by some medical marvel miracle, he's able to split permanently into two people, and one is the model and the other is the scientist. She chose him, Steve Urkel, over Stefan. And it always wondered, does Stefan have a social security number? Like, they just made a whole
he was getting paid for being a model.
So what do you fill out on the paperwork? Anyway, so hence NBC. ABC was like, this is getting ridiculous. Let's get this.
They didn't go to NBC.
Yes, they did. They didn't stay on ABC the whole time.
They went to CBS.
Oh, CBS. You're right. Okay, so
but it's just the last season.
Oh, okay. Anyway, it got way crazy, but I think it boils down to being real with yourself, fellas and ladies, when it comes to dating, when you're ready to date.
Yeah.
To know what it is you want and to not entertain anything else. But not so much to the point to where you have secluded yourself into a corner until, like, your Denzel walks into the room. But to be able to have conversations and accept things, I hear, because I'm hearing it in my head now. Girl, make you a list of what you want, and if he meet all the things on that list, then you go ahead and you be with him. Do it, girl.
Guys don't do a list.
Fellas, our list is just
what?
Big booty,
lies. Lies.
She gotta have nice hair, so my kids' hair is nice.
Lies. That's not all that's on your list.
Fellas list be minute compared to y'all. Y'all be like 850 credit score, making 6 figures. He gotta be, that's why guys like this. What's his name? Something Samuels. The guy that be cussing girls out pretty much, and they call him like, "What's wrong with me? Why can't I have a man?" He be like, "You fat and you got kids.
Who's that?
Don't nobody want you."
Corey is way more aware of current culture.
I'm gonna show you this guy. This guy makes me mad, like, cause the way he talked to him, but he be giving them the truth, so you can't be too mad at him. But it's like, why you have to dog her out? She got a family, like she got kids, bro. She was somebody's daughter. Why you talking to her? So it's just.
I have seen this meme though that, like, ladies take it easy on the fellas because most men, especially famous ones, didn't really evolve into the total package until they're like late 30s, early 40s.
Early 40s, yes.
And so you're looking for somebody in your 20s to evolve into this person now that they won't evolve into until they're middle age.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Very true. So yeah, that's what we learn is, to love a person inside out. I think.
Okay.
I think that's a good way to end it. Love a person inside out.
Yeah,
And
it's
make
more
sure
to the surface.
They have, because that might be the reason she chose that Steve.
Yes, because it was what was inside.
No. Because Stefan don't have a social security
No,
number.
that is.
She can't run his credit. He can't buy a house.
That is not why. That was not why. Okay. Anyway, Family Matters is on. This is not a sponsor or a partnership, but it is on Amazon Prime.
Is it? Look at us shouting out Amazon. They better give us some money.
We watched it with the kids. It's actually clean enough where you can watch it with kids if you have any small children and you care about what they're watching. So
that's the key, if you care. And I hope our listeners and viewers,
we care. We don't let our kids watch everything, but we did let them watch Family Matters. So yeah, that's week 1 of toxic couples. Steve Urkel, Laura Winslow from Family Matters, and we hope you'll join us for the next few weeks to learn about the rest of them.
I'm be mad still.
Oh my gosh. So thank you guys for listening to episode 17 of Until Forever podcast.
Episode 17.
Episode 17.
Yeah, we almost legal.
Oh my gosh. And if you are not following us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, we do want you to go ahead and hit that button and follow us. We have some interesting things that we post throughout the week. And we just posted an update on our Fit Together a couple weeks ago. We had for skinny and for fat. And I've lost 10 pounds.
She sure has.
So, yeah, go ahead and give us a follow on Instagram and Facebook to keep up with us. If you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, give us a comment, a like, a share. If you enjoyed it, get some other people to join you watching it so you guys can discuss the episodes as well. Have a great week. We'll see you next Thursday.
Bye.